All right, we're live. What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Nooner Nation podcast for Nooners, by Nooners. We already got our two most faithful in here, Elijah Hill and Axe Crocker 88 in the live chat. By the way, shout out to Elijah Hill and also a shout down to me. Elijah reached out to me weeks ago saying that he wants to help us do clips and stuff for social media.
Elijah, you haven't said shit to me about that.
I know. He contacted
me. Yeah, like we're not in a group chat with each other.
I know. Right. He contacted me. I've totally dropped the ball on that, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry to everybody for that. It's just I've been so fucking busy with everything else in life. But Elijah, I do have actually today I set a reminder to reach out with you to get you all the login information you need to get the stuff you need to do clips for us. So I'll hit you up tomorrow, man. Again, I apologize for the delayed response. Like I've said on this show all the time, like my life is fucking hectic as shit. This is like the 1 hour I get to myself a week. So, but yes, I will be reaching out to Elijah tomorrow and hopefully we can, get some stuff going on social media with some help. So anyways, who else we got? Sarah just joined us. MC Calcium. I always forget.
Yeah. MC.
Oh, Jessica, our sweet lady Jessica's in here. But you guys already know what to do. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Jackie. Rate and review on iTunes. Go to Spotify. Leave a 5-star. And I think that's it. Before we got on air, me and Jake were both going through some sneezing fits. Mine, I don't know what it was. I opened the door to the basement and immediately just sneezed about 40 times in a row. My abs are killing me. Jake apparently ate some sushi on set last night. So how's that treating you?
Yeah, no, last night was interesting after that because there was a few things that could have fucked up my stomach last night, but I think I've really narrowed it down to, sushi that had probably been sitting for a few hours.
Okay, it wasn't like the Coke and tequila?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if it was raw or cooked, but I feel like raw would go bad faster than cooked. But I'm sorry, Bill. What did you say about tequila?
Was it the sushi or was it all the Coke and tequila?
Oh God,
pushing back.
On that.
I've definitely.
I feel like that wouldn't take this long. Like food poisoning takes a little bit longer,
Oh yeah, I can see that. Have you ever had?
Yeah, no.
Have you ever had food poisoning? It's fucking awful.
Unfortunately, twice.
Plus, I'm also getting over that crazy shit still. I was sick for 2 weeks straight, and I'm still resonating a week later.
Oh yeah.
Did you have the vid?
I had whatever that combo was with the pneumonia vid shit.
Ugh.
Oh, that's right.
I had acute pneumonia with yeah, no, I was in the hospital.
Wait, I didn't hear this story.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear this story.
A few weeks ago, I right after New Year, right around New Year's, I ended up in the hospital for 24 hours with fucking pneumonia.
Ugh.
You got the fucking Ross AIDS, man.
Well, Ross was intubated. I don't think Jake was intubated for 24 hours.
No, it was pneumonia, and then he got COVID. Close enough.
It was rough. I was sending weird shit in the group chat because I was so medicated.
Well,
I mean, fuck it.
At least they gave you some shit. When I cut my thumb off, they're like, "We can give you ibuprofen." I was like, "Cut my goddamn thumb off."
It's your fucking fault.
And then they're like, why are you
pill searcher? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh no, the nurse was like, why are you, as a male nurse, she's like, why are you pushing so hard to get painkillers? And I was like, because I cut the tip of my thumb off, asshole.
Because I fucking hurt you, dick.
I wanted to be like, you people had no problem giving me a fucking 100 milligrams of Oxycontin when I was 15. Now all of a sudden I cut my thumb off.
Now they have the repercussions of that shit and they can't fucking do it no more.
Yeah,
I wish
now
they were
like,
still
I cut
loosey
the, I
goosey with
cut
the
the,
prescription pads.
yeah, I cut the tip of my
No,
thumb off.
not
You're like,
no-
we can get you
not anymore.
ibuprofen.
No, I
was
said I
like,
wish they were.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just,
shout out to my boys in Bonginator. I did photos for them this week. They're coming soon, guys.
what is that?
Are they coming
Oh, they're coming.
soon?
Oh, they already came all over Jake. So
Put a black light on that jacket or that hoodie,
Mhm.
Jake.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not a hoodie. This is
Exactly
just a
how hard
sexy
they
long
take it.
sleeve.
yeah. He had to earn that T-shirt. The
Frog
hard
Mallet
way.
and Bonginator. Fucking homies.
Yeah,
Bill rates his experience 1.5 thumbs
I'll have
up.
you know, my thumb looks kind of normal now. It's hard to tell on camera, but
Yeah,
oh,
but when you were at the hospital, it was 1.5 thumbs.
you can kind of see right there.
Oh, I
that-
see it. It looks like
There's just a little, just a
Yeah.
little off the edge.
yeah, I just
just
took
a little off the top.
Yeah, I just shaved the edge down a little bit. The plus side is it's tapered now, so Miss Schofield, it goes in the butthole pretty easily. It's just tapered in,
It's
Hey, you don't have to wear. You don't have to do the Vaseline glove trick anymore.
I know. I don't have to like just spit all over it first, It just goes
Oh,
right in. But I
wait.
do have to. What I do have to do is make sure that I do have to clip this side of my thumbnail, right? Because it does grow over. And nobody wants a sharp thumbnail up their
Ooh.
butthole,
Yeah.
So
That's true. Interesting. I
yeah.
never would have thought about your thumbnail. So you didn't clip the thumbnail. Haha. But just the thumb? Or did well I guess the nail would grow back because it's just like it's just like
Yeah,
chewing the nail. The nail
actually,
is like, oh, no, baby, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I can't.
Aren't you the one that went to medical school, Charlie?
Not for fucking fingernails, bitch.
Two-
Pornography school, not medical school.
To be wholly fair, I don't recall seeing the thumbnail with the chunk of thumb I cut off, but it must have because it was all open.
Can
and
you be
cut
holy
weird.
about it?
Well, depending on where you did, it might have just fallen off too.
It
It,
might
like,
have because I will say afterwards, even though I didn't like really traumatize the nail bed for like
No.
for like
No,
for like
you would,
6
It
months
would have to be your whole fucking.
for
It would have to be farther down.
I
than-
know, but for like 6 months afterwards, I had this like from the injury on, my nail, the thumbnail was growing out this like weird dip all the way out. From like the
Yeah,
point
just trauma.
same thing. The day before I cut my thumb, I dropped a sheet of drywall onto my big toe on my right foot and got like a blood blister underneath it. And it's
Yeah.
just now, the blood blister is just now grown out to the very end.
Mhm.
It's fucking
Your
weird.
toenails grow a lot slower than your.
Super
than your
slow.
You need to drink some milk,
Super
brother.
slow. Ew, I'm not drinking milk.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with calcium. It's just the rate of growth of the
Yeah.
toenail, which is very slow.
Yeah, it's weird.
You have to grow it out. Just like when you hit your fingernail and you get like a little white indentation,
Mhm.
like it's like a small bruise basically of the nail. It has to grow out and it takes for fucking ever.
So I'm assuming since I did cut the end of my thumb off, and the nail, that point of the nail had to have come with it, or else
It had to have.
had to have.
But it probably wasn't like
I didn't
on
find that. I didn't
every-
find that piece on the garage floor. I only found the other part of my thumb, which I did put in a Ziploc bag, and I took it to the emergency room. I was like, "Here's the other end," and the guy's like, "Yeah, you can just throw that away. We can't do
don't
anything
need
with
that.
that. You
It's-
don't
it's-
need that."
No, like if you cut your whole thumb off, it would have been different.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you could have taken that in, but like a piece, they're not gonna waste their time.
I still can't. I still have no feeling. I can't feel anything.
you're not going to. It will probably grow back, but it's going to be a
I
while.
don't know if you can even see. Probably not in this camera.
I mean,
It's
I
like
still
this
have nerve
weird
damage from that
callus.
accident.
Which
Like-
accident?
The one I had in March last year.
Where you tried to
Like-
circumcise
Oh,
yourself?
yes.
Yeah, no, I
It
can't
was
feel my
weird.
I
It
can't
will
feel
be-
my right thigh anymore.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Your whole thigh?
My whole thigh is numb.
It'll
So,
be
like-
it'll be a over a year plus.
Have you talked
And
to
even then, like,
somebody?
it might not be
Your whole
100%.
thigh? You can't feel it?
Yeah, no, it's just like pins and needles.
That's what this is. Like I have sensation, right? Like if it
You can feel
touches,
pain.
like if it
Yeah.
touches something, like I feel it, but it's like it's like a pin feel. It's not painful, but it's a very like dull pinny feeling on the tip of my thumb, kind of thing. Like if I try to like in my bedroom, we have these like little battery powered lights on our bed, and if I go to like switch it off with my left thumb, like I know I'm pushing on. I can't feel the button, but I could feel a sensation of me pushing the button.
Can you feel cold?
Not there. My hands are freezing right
Yep.
now, actually, and I can't feel. It feels like a piece of beef jerky, to be honest. Like when I rub it, it's fucking
Yes.
weird.
So my right knee, and Jake, this is kind of. Did you get hit directly in the thigh?
Yeah, no, because when
Did you take trauma to the thigh?
we got hit, it was like right on the side, like right between where the passenger and the rear door are.
Oh,
and I was sitting right there.
Yeah. I forgot.
And
I forgot about that
pinned
accident.
in the car,
Yeah.
and like I had to get pulled out.
Oh shit! Yes. So I had a car accident in 2012. My right knee took almost the entire impact, as I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, but I had like my seat lowered back enough that I went down.
Yeah, same.
Over.
Right.
And my knee hit the dashboard, and so it was immediately blue, like my top blue. And it took a long time, and like I could still walk, like I didn't have any pain. I do have some scar tissue, like I'm feeling it right now, but it was just numb. Like there was a gnarly bruise, and it was numb for so long. And like while y'all were talking, I got my drink and I was just putting it on my knee. I can still, like right there, I really can't feel that cold.
Yeah, if I could take my drink and push it, like if I'm pushing where the scar is, and I could feel kind of like this weird, like pin-like sensation, but I don't really feel anything. And when I put my other hands on it, it's cold as shit. But
yeah.
I was talking to a medic about it because I got burned by a hot hands yesterday on my leg, and I didn't even realize it because I was like,
no, you cannot feel. So what I was just doing, what made me bend over, like we all know I have enhancements. This side got affected. There shouldn't have, but it did.
I was gonna ask about that because like they have to like they do have to induce some kind of trauma to make the pocket, right?
Oh yeah.
No, it was under the muscle.
No, but like when they make the pocket, don't they have to like rip and cut the muscle?
Well, I'm sure any kind of surgery like that, I'm sure it's not as traumatic as an injury. They know what they're doing, you know?
Compared to...
I've been wondering about... You did it from the bottom, not the armpit?
Yes.
I don't think they do armpit ones anymore, do they?
No, they do.
Oh, do they?
Do. I think that's more of like a saline, though, because they fill the saline up after it's already in. I got silicone, so I did under, but then like I did so much research. Under is better because that's the less likely way to get any kind of damage. Excuse me. And then also under the muscle.
Right.
But my first consultation, my doctor straight up told me if like nipple stimulation is a big deal for you, if you do not want to lose it, do not have this procedure done.
I was going to be my next question, actually.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing.
I was actually thinking the next question because me and my wife had talked about this because she's kind of on the fence about it. She wants to get a lift.
And see, those are like around and then they pull. So it's
it's kind of one of those things where like personally, I think her boobs look great. I get why she would want one. It's fine. But she also was asked about like, well, because every time she's gone for a consultation, you're like, oh, well, while we're in there, instead of doing a lift, it's far less evasive to just do implants. And that kind of gives it the lift you want. It makes them bigger, I guess. I don't know. I'm not in there for these things. So
on where you're at.
Yeah, I know. But
some women breastfeeding fucks them up.
Yeah, no, like she didn't breastfeed. And again, she's
not even just that of like just getting pregnant.
Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely moves.
Thing.
It moves shit around for sure, and I won't even deny that. They're definitely not what they were before. Right. I think they still look great. Perfect. My wife has perfect nipples. I tell her this all the time. But she is a very nipple centric person. And the doctors have told her, like, anything we do here, there is a risk that, like, you won't have sensation in them anymore. Yeah. Like, they can't say, like, you will or you won't. There's not a certain type of way to do it where you will or you won't.
There's no percentage they can give you of, like, there's an 80%, there's a 30%.
A gamble, right?
Yeah.
It really is. And so, and I took that gamble. I was like, it's probably not going to happen to me. So I'm like, I'm 50-50. Okay. This one is just and it's been since 2016.
So you don't have, I'm not trying to be sexual in this. I'm just asking, like, you don't have sensation in one of your nipples?
I brought it up, man.
I know.
And that's why I said, like, oh, you can feel pain. Cause like, even with my knee, if I would press it or like dig my nail in there, I could feel like a pain shooting.
Well, that's probably that's probably the rest of your breast feeling it and then compensating for the lack of sensation in the nipple, right?
I wonder.
Because I can press on my thumb, and like I know, like my thumb knows I'm pressing on it, but I can't, like, if I really concentrate on it.
I would do it with like my finger nail, in there, like you're getting like a.
Well, now we're getting to something. So you're over here. Charlie's over here pinching her own nipples, and.
No, I said with my knee.
Oh, okay.
I would like just dink, dink, like feel with like my fingernails.
Charlie, we're trying to get what the listeners want. You were pinching your own nipples with your kneecaps, apparently.
Okay, fine.
I guarantee that there's an OnlyFans of some girl pinching a fucking long nipple in her knee.
Oh God. Anyway, well, it would always like it would be myself doing it. It would be like my
what's the
partners.
subreddit for knee nippling? I don't know.
But I would tell my partners, like, be careful of this side, and they never would. But like, all I could feel was pain. Like, I couldn't feel pleasure, but I could damn well feel pain.
Yeah.
It was too much.
When they go after it, like you're not getting the pleasure sensation until it gets so hard. It's like, okay, now it fucking hurts.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that was all I would get. But like this side was fine. This one, like every now and then I'm like, is it coming back? Is it coming back? And then I just did like the cold test on it, and I'm like, I can't feel a motherfucker. Like, I cannot feel that at all.
That did not take long at all.
Womb Raider came right back. r/tit torture. I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. But has it killed like my love life, sex life? No. Do I absolutely like? I had hardly anything. I was not happy with how I looked. And I've had those conversations with myself of like, if I could go back, would I get these or not? What would I choose?
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that I would choose this every time because it's always like ever since I was a young teenager, that's what I've wanted, and I didn't have it. My sisters had perfect tits. My mom had great tits. I always thought I would. I fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Bum me the fuck out. So it was like 15 years that I had wanted a boob job, and then finally I was at the point where I was like, and I was 25, 26 when I had it done. And then, people say like, oh, every 10 years you gotta get no, you don't. That's a fucking myth.
Take care of them.
Really?
I asked my doctor about that, my plastic surgeon, and she was like, I've had my saline implants for over 20 years. No.
I would imagine it's just like a car. You take care of it, and you don't have to worry about it, right?
Well, and like not just that, like saline are the ones that I have heard like do not last. And so she said
saline was the old style, right? Like the Pamela Andersons, the Anna Nicole Smith.
No, I think Pamela was silicone still.
Okay.
And then in like the early 2000s, I think was like saline, but they didn't feel as real as silicone. But the thing was, if a saline pops, it's not that big of a deal because it's
right. Saline. It's just salt water. Yeah.
Hey, you'll get hydrated for a little bit.
Silicone, there's a problem. But then they came out with textured versus smooth. And I looked that up because my doctor used textured, which is what they use a lot in Europe more than here in the States. But granted, and I knew this from working or doing clinicals in hospitals, doctors do not like learning new things. So a lot of the doctors here will do smooth implants.
Right.
Smooth implants have a worse rate with capsular contracture, which makes them like rock hard because it forms a capsule over them of like, I don't know if it's calcium or what, but with smooth implants, you literally have to massage them, which literally means creating that pocket, like you said, Jake. So that's what smooth ones need. They need that pocket to like be able to be there. So you have to push it up, push it down, push it to the side, up, down, side to side, up, down, side to side.
Oh, damn. I think that was a ludicrous lyric.
You have to do that like forever. Like there's not a point where you stop that. Like it might only be like once a month,
Too
maybe.
much
I don't
maintenance.
know. But there's a lot of maintenance. So my doctor moved to textured. So, and you do not have to do that. It's textured, like the connective tissues, stick onto there. You don't need a pocket. Like you do not do that. And I was like, okay, well, I've looked at this and like this, that, this, and that. And they were like, stop calling us with all your questions. Like you're going to talk yourself through this.
To be
I was
fair,
like, no, I'm not, but I want to know.
To be fair, Charlie, it sounds like you did it the right way. Like it was something that was, I'm not going to say it was hindering your life. It wasn't hindering your quality of life, but it was something you were unhappy with. Right. Yeah. And you did all the research beforehand and you pulled the trigger and you're happy with it.
Yeah, no, because you could have been one of those people that were completely ignorant of what they were doing and later regret it.
Yeah, just throw some tits at me. I don't give a fuck.
And so like I went in knowing like, okay, I can have feeling, sensation, loss. And then I looked up like, because there are some people that who do get the breast implant sickness. And that is a real thing.
Oh yeah, well you're putting a foreign body, you're putting foreign objects into your body, right?
Yeah, no, wasn't that talked about in the chat this week where they're like they think their bodies would reject them and like stuff like that? Because that's usually what the sickness is, right? Your body rejecting.
I have a huge, like literally right across my sternum. I have a huge calcium buildup. Almost like a whole nother bone that runs across my ribs from when I had my chest surgery and they put a titanium rod across my chest. Like my body started building up calcium around it to fight it. Because it's like, oh, what the fuck is this in the body now?
And that's very much like the capsular contracture.
And you can feel it. Like over here, you can feel it. Like where the screw was that held that titanium rod into my sternum. The screw's not there anymore. They went and cut it out when they took the rod out, but you could feel where the screw was because it's a big calcium deposit, almost like a bone growth in my sternum where that was. My biggest thing that
like calcium, like you can like knock on it. It's like, it's rock fucking hard.
Oh, it's hard. It actually kind of hurt I'll tap it every once in a while. It doesn't like, it's not like painful, but it's kind of like, ooh. That's sensitive, Like
it's weird. That's weird. That's fucking weird.
It's weird. I could also feel where the screws were on the side because like a U shape. Right?
Oh yeah.
They went and broke all my ribs and cut all the cartilage and put this like U-shaped titanium bar in my chest to push everything out.
Fuck, man.
So, yeah, it's wild. But that's one of those things. Like I was actually because me and my wife were actually talking about this very recently about her. Getting the boobs done up a little bit. I'm kind of, if she wants it, I think they look great. She's fine, She did ask like, well, do you think I should get them bigger? And I'm like, babe, I'm a guy. Like, I'm never going to say no to that. Right. But at the same time, like she's 5'1", 120 pounds. So like, well, how big are you talking? Because if you get like some big, like, if you're going double D, it's going to look fucking weird, right?
Get some fucking bazookas.
I'm going to stop you right there. You do not go by cup size.
Oh, I know all that. Like I'm talking in generalities, right? Like
Well,
I don't want.
let me finish. No. So okay, so what I found out is that it's all by like grams or cc's.
CCs, yeah.
You can convert that. You can convert that into rice. So what I did was you can get like pantyhose or something. You pour
Yeah,
rice in,
we've
like
done
a
it.
certain,
She did the same thing. She did the
yes,
exact
and
same
so
thing. She got a pair of She had
that's exactly how I found out what I wanted.
she had like nylon stockings and weighed them
Yes.
out.
Yep.
At
That's
some
exactly how
point,
I found out.
like we kind of worked it out to where I think the best for her frame would be like a decent C. Because anything over that, it just gets too big for her frame and it looks weird, right?
So like my doctor was a female, and so she was really great with that. I didn't go to her just because she was a female. I had actually seen her work in clinicals at the breast center, and I was like, this woman knows.
Yeah, she knows her
what she's
tits,
doing.
right?
Yes. So she had told me, so mine are around 500. Like, not everything's the same. So one's
Yeah.
500, one's 525, 575, something like that. A little bit different. But around 500. And I think that's kind of like the area that I had figured out that I liked. And she was like, if you go too big, like it just looks like dumpy, like it doesn't look good.
Well, it looks
so
fake, right?
It
looks like oh shit, like that's what that was my only kind of thing with her is like if you want to go bigger, that's fine, and I'll be happy if she doesn't, whatever, right? I don't care. But what I don't want her is to be like 5'1", 120 pounds with like these massive double Ds that obviously aren't part of her body. You know?
Yes, and that's another part of like in surgery.
Yeah.
So I would look at like actual surgery videos. And I don't know if they did this to me. I never asked, but I watched videos where like they would raise the bed up.
Yeah. I've watched
like
Botch. They always raise the bed up and
to look because
Devro, who's the gay one who has a wife, but who does all the boob jobs on Botched. He always raises the bed up. Devro. He always raises the bed up and has like the nurse with him. Like, do you think
like
they're good? Which I appreciate. I would want my wife, if my wife got a boob job, I want the doctor to really be like,
yeah, because like, does this, because that's literally their work of art. So they, they don't always just get like, these are the 2 implants we're going to use. It's like they get multiple ones. If this doesn't look as good, we'll,
which
do this.
I will say, watching that show made me a little bit more confident in that industry because I do know they are probably the outlier in that industry because they're like, somebody will come in and like, I want 1,300 cc's in each. And they'll be like, no, we're not doing that. It's going to look like you're a space alien. We're not doing that.
Well, like just to go back to like what Bob had said, he worked for that company where they did the vaginoplasties and they would take those pictures. Like that's what these surgeons do. Like you look them up, they have the pictures of their before and after. So you can already
I'm going to need that subreddit real quick.
What they do.
I missed that part of the RPR this week. So,
but also talking about Dubrow, did you know that his fucking brother is the singer of I believe, was it Iron Maiden?
I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. I've seen it before. I can't remember who it is. It's one of those 80s hair metal bands.
Yes. Yeah. And apparently like he's the one that paid for him to go to
medical school.
There
you go.
I just found out like this week of like, oh yeah, that's his brother.
Hey,
fucking
family first, family first.
No, it might have been
good investment. That dude's fucking rich as shit.
Oh fuck, it's not the Scorpions.
Just be like, hey little brother, you want to go to medical school? Make some perfect hits for me.
Feel the noise. Quiet Riot.
No. Girls rock the boys.
I can't. Every time I hear that song, I think of GTA Vice City. I just used to drive around and cause terror to that song.
Aw. It reminds me of like the VH1 Top 100 crazy moments in heavy metal.
But Charlie, to my point, we kind of got off track. The way you did your cosmetic surgery, I fully understand and appreciate. Like that's how people should do it. I think now, and I was actually I was talking to my wife about this last night because we were watching a show, and we'll get to that in a second. But I think like boob jobs now are so easy and so, in quotes, cheap and fast. Like the problem I have with cosmetic surgery is like, oh, well, I don't like my boobs. Okay, go get those done. And then it's like, oh, well, I don't like my nose. I don't like my ears. I don't like my eyelids. I don't like this. I don't like
yeah,
this.
that's not like
I
the
don't like
body
this.
dysmorphia comes
Yeah,
into.
and then that's when it gets too crazy, right? Like you had a confidence in yourself. You just had this one thing that you were like, I really want this.
Yeah.
And you went and did it, and it made your life better. I would assume from what you're saying, right? It made.
I think so. And like I said, like I have had that conversation with myself.
I won't say it made your life better, but it made you feel better about yourself, right?
No, I would say it like that, like made my life better, because not like in like social aspects, stuff like that, life better, but like internally
it made you feel better about yourself,
me with
right?
myself.
Yeah, which in turn makes your life better. If you feel good about yourself, obviously your life's going to be better. So
yeah.
So and I have no problem with that. Like I
have no problems talking about it. Like if anyone asks me questions, like no dudes have asked me questions like pervy or anything, like like if it's like pervy, like no, that's weird, I'm not gonna talk to you about that. But like women talking to me about that, or like just like this of like actually having real conversations about it, I don't have too fucking like I don't fucking care to say like, yeah, I got a breast augmentation. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, you're not running off to now to go get a BBL, right?
No, I don't need that, honey.
Well,
but I love sharing my knowledge that I attained about it, because I really did do a lot about it, and then like everything that I have experienced, recovering, and then now and all this and that. Like I don't have any issues, because there's so many people that want to know, and it's just like, don't be fucking weird about it. And that's another thing, YouTube videos. There's so many YouTube videos of women like preparing for theirs, getting them, showing them like how they were doing, recovering, all this shit. Those helped me so much of like what clothes do I need to get? Like zip up jackets, get some fucking pillows. You cannot sleep laying flat. You have to sleep sitting decently up after getting them. You need shit that's tight.
Did you have the little hoses in afterwards?
I didn't know. I think that's mostly for reconstruction. And then like if you have like a mastectomy, it's for that. Like if you're just getting an augmentation, I don't think the
it's as needed, I guess.
Right, like I'm trying to think of the word, like the fluid production. I don't think that's there. That's like, but the like I said, like a reconstruction, because your body's filling up areas that are empty with serous fluids, and it needs to empty out somewhere.
All right. Well, here, hold on. I'm gonna drop. I just thought of this, and I don't want to forget it. I've been meaning to do this in live chat. Join him. So you had your breast size was obviously something you weren't happy with. You got it fixed. Is there anything else on your body that you would want to have? If you could like snap your fingers and have a surgeon give you the greatest whatever, is there anything that you would have?
I'd get my nose redone.
No, I wouldn't.
Jake, I'm with you. I've thought about having a nose job done, but it's just not, I've looked into it, kind of like what Charlie did. Actually, I haven't. I've brought it up to my wife, and she's the major researcher in the family.
Have you gotten your nose done, Bill?
I have not, no.
Don't do it. Like honestly.
No, my wife was like, don't do it. It sounds like a fucking nightmare, and you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, no, because when I got mine done back in 20.
Did you get cosmetic or was it internal?
No, it was complete. It was cosmetic and reconstruction.
Oh, because I have a deviated septum on my right side that I do need to have redone.
Thing. They went in to correct the deviated septum because when my nose got broken, it was pushed across my face. So like they had to reconstruct my whole nose. But my septum still has like the worst curve in it.
Yeah.
Like it is pretty much like that.
Yeah. That's what, when I was going to go get the surgery.
That makes me wonder about like how well the surgeon was though. Because that
he was actually one of the top rated in the state and went to Arizona opening a cosmetic rhinoplasty facility.
Well, did they tell you why it was still like that though? They
just said because the way the damage was and the way it healed, that my septum kind of baconed during the healing process because they didn't take enough off of it. So as it healed, it like grew a little bit more as my face grew.
Mm-hmm.
So now it like.
Oh, how old were you when this happened?
You must have been pretty young.
I was 16.
Oh,
I was 16 when I got it done.
Yep. Yeah,
so now my septum's longer.
Difference.
Yeah, I was looking at it. So because you can tell by the way my voice sounds, I have terrible sinus problems. And I went to finally when I was probably 5 years ago now. I finally went to an ENT to go figure out what the fuck was going on. And he's like, oh, like, when's the last time your nose was broken? I was like, I've never broken my nose. And he's like, you've broken your nose a lot.
Oh.
So I actually had this surgery scheduled. And then, like, the weekend it was scheduled, I got the flu. So we had to reschedule it. And if anybody's ever gone through, like, those kind of, what do they call that, voluntary surgeries, they don't reschedule it for like a week later. It's like 6 months later, right?
Yeah.
So 6 months later, I changed jobs during that time. So I had to wait for my insurance to kick in. So I had to wait for another 6 months. And then COVID kicked in. And then I just lost fucking track of it all and just like whatever.
Damn it.
But while they were in there looking, it's like, oh, we can take, because I have like, everybody sees, I have like this big ass fucking nose on my face. Like, they're like, oh, we can like take a little bit off and do some stuff. And my wife, I was telling my wife, like, oh, they were telling me they can do all this stuff with my nose. And she like went, crazy on Google. And she was like, do not do that because everybody who said they've had a nose job fucking hates it.
I was about to say, I honestly don't think your shit needs that kind of reconstruction. Like deviated septum, that's a whole different story. But like, I've never looked at you like in person or not and been like, oh my God, his nose. Like, no, dude. I think your nose is just fine. Like, I would not fuck with that. Like, to be able to.
No, I honestly, it was kind of like one of those in the moment things. I'm like, oh yeah, like I could do this now. Like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the way I look. Totally fine.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. You should be.
If I could have one thing. And I know from everything I've researched, it's a terrible thing to do, so we'll never do it. But if like I could magically have good calves.
Get calf implants?
No, calf implant. I've looked into it. They never work. It's like a 99% failure rate for calf implants.
Okay, so I laughed so hard because I just watched a Mateo video. Like he goes back and watches like old MTV videos, and one of them was like a true life I hate my calves. And so this dude literally went and got calf implants.
Oh, it never works. It never works. They look so fucking weird. Typically they always get infected. That's why like I learned, actually funny enough, I learned this on Botch.
So freaking weird too, because I'm not gonna lie, like I have these implants, anytime I would like bend down, you could feel them.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I bet.
So it's just like, just imagine every time like you would like you use.
I mean, they're just big bags of plastic under your boobs, right? Like so, like cat.
You feel that every time.
My wife and my father-in-law are like gifted with the best calves on the planet, and they don't do shit. Like,
it's all genetics, man. Like you could do the most calf muscle workouts. It's fucking genetics.
I know,
So
and it doesn't help me that I'm like 6'2" and 160 and can't gain weight. Even like the most I've worked out, like I've worked out hard and I've worked my calves to where I thought they were going to break out of my body, and they're
like, this
still
dude was,
not
like,
great.
crazy big.
What
He was
actually
like,
helped?
"My calf muscles."
What helped me with that though was when I was going to the MMA gym. A lot of those dudes were built just like me. None of them had calves. None of them had calves. And I do have defined, like my calf muscles, you can see, they're just not big. They're long and thin, right? Like,
And like one thing, dude, like that's and this kind of goes into like the body dysmorphia. And I've struggled with this myself, but it's just like literally no one's looking at that but you.
I know.
No one will ever care. No one would ever think like small calves. Like chicken legs, that's one thing, but that's like the whole leg.
Yeah, the calf. But
like this small calf,
Elijah in the chat a little while ago when I asked the question said he wanted a better jawline. I feel that. That's why I have this beard. I won't ever shave this because I have a shit jawline. But there's also like there's not really a great, like I can't go into surgery and get a
guys
jawline.
that want like a beard because this, that, or the other. So it's just like, fuck it, who cares? Just don't ever shave.
No, it's fine.
I think there's a lot of people that are like, I wish I could grow a beard like you. Like,
do you? Like, I don't know. But no, for one, I think the beard
for the beard, baby.
the beard just works for me. It's fine. You know, but I do have a very weak chin. Very weak.
I got a Peter Griffin chin, so I like to hide that shit.
So,
dude, I've been trying to like diet this week, and it's been doing good because like I was starting to notice like some shit on mine, and I'm like, oh hell no, oh fucking hell no. Like my man finally hard launched me on his social media, and I was like looking kind of down and up at him, but like I had this
oh, you get to say, you get the line down there,
and like there was like a shadow, and I was like,
no, I know. I'll take like a fantastic picture of my wife, but she'll be kind of like down. Yeah, and like from a side profile, she'll have that. She'll be like, no.
Yes, and so I didn't look at it before he posted it, and I'm like, I'm assuming he didn't see this. So, he doesn't care. He doesn't know about it. Like,
Woom says he has great calves, and I could see that. He's built like a dude that would have great calves without ever actually worrying about his calves. You know? That's how it is with calf people, man. Like you can't. It's one of those muscles you just can't make it better. I can make my arms bigger. I can make my chest bigger. I can make my abs pop like crazy. I just cannot get my fucking calves to look good.
And like, for me, I'm like, who's looking at the abs and then also like down to the calves? Like, no, like for me, I'm like all the stomach area, and like that's where I have always struggled. And so I'm like, I fucking hate my waistline. Like that's. But then I have guys like Wim was one of them. And he was like, women always think they're fat, and like guys don't think about that. And I'm like, but so like it's like, yes, I'm my own worst enemy. And like my man says he loves how I look, and I'm like, I fucking hate myself.
Well, I mean, I think that's everybody has something about themselves they're self-conscious about, right? And I'm not saying that. Well,
it does make me feel better of like, like the person I'm with doesn't see this.
Oh, I finally I finally, like a month ago, convinced my wife. I was like, you look great. Like, stop being so weird about your goddamn body. You look great. Right? And she finally was like, you know what? And she finally told me one night, she's like, you think, like, and she wore something that she knew I would like that she would typically never wear. And she's like, you think I look great. Nothing else fucking matters. Right? Like, so yeah, like, I get it. You think I'm sexy? That's all that matters. Now, I'm sure in the back of her mind the whole time she fucking hated it, but, whatever.
But it is a nice thing to get to that point. But it's like, I would like to be healthier. I did just didn't give a shit about myself a few years ago. Didn't do shit for me. Just made the worst decisions for my body. I'm getting older. I want to be healthier. I want to be stronger. I want to do these things for myself.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to be like real thin. Like that was like something
Well,
that
here's
was
the
so
thing. Nobody,
important.
like, I'm not going to say nobody. Like, that's a very broad generalization. Like, the ultra thin, like, heroin chic thing, like, is nobody, like, is really
And
into
like
that,
that's what I was
you know?
brought up on. Granted, it was like I want like that tiny waist, flat stomach,
Yeah, you
you
want
know,
you want the
nothing.
Kardashian body, right? You want the huge
Yeah, but like a
tits,
big butt, big tits,
and then
small
like
face, like all this
a
shit.
24-inch waistline, right? Like,
Yes. And then I lost a lot of weight when I was in college. My dad passed away. I lost a lot of weight, and I look back at pictures of myself, especially my face, and I'm like, no. No, no, no. My face looks better with a little bit of a little bit of this.
Sarah said, "Preach,
Not as much
Charlie."
as this, not as much as you're in the neck area. Like, no, I don't like that. But like here, like I got fucking carded buying vodka earlier. I'm fine with a little bit because it makes me look younger. But like
No,
I like
Charlie, you have a
this.
for one. Let me tell you, you have
I
a
like
great
that.
face,
I want a little bit more of that.
and
But
I'll tell you, as a guy, we don't care. If you're hot, you're hot. We don't care. We do not care.
I will say, when I was at my smallest, when I was in school, fucking no dudes talked to me. I did not get hit on. Like I went out a little bit more. No dudes paid for my drinks. None of this. None of this. None of this. But when like I get a little bit thicker, that's when the dudes are like,
Ooh, another thing, by the way, that me and my wife talked about, and she still has, that she had when we first met, and it drove me up the walls. It was so hot. She still has the little dimples up above her butt.
that's genetic. That is, I will say
I
that
know.
is
I don't
genetic.
know what it is. And she has great, like, I tell her this all the time, and I even know it sounds weird, and everybody else is going to think it sounds weird. She has the sexiest shoulders. Like, when she doesn't have a shirt on and I see her from behind, there's something about, like, just how, like, her shoulders and, like, her upper body's built and the shape. God, drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. So, find a
Yeah,
guy. Find a
that's what
guy
I've been
that
trying to
likes you
work
for who you
on.
are. Yeah. Find a guy who likes what you got and just build on it. For one, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthier. I'm in that stage now. I'm turning 37, Jesus Christ, in a couple weeks. And I'm,
what the fuck is it happening? Like, why? Why is
I
it
I
know.
feel that way about turning 27 in a few weeks. Holy shit.
Yeah, February 9th will be my
Just
birthday.
wait, baby.
Super Bowl
It keeps
Sunday.
getting
Super
worse.
Bowl Sunday will be my 37th birthday. And I'm still conflicted because I haven't figured out my life at all. I
I
don't
don't
feel
think
like an
we ever
adult.
do. Like I don't know where we got this shit of like people know. It's like no, they don't know.
Yeah, I can say, like,
I don't
I
think
have
you
no
ever
fucking
know.
clue. I'm still
Yeah,
holding
no, you
on.
guys had to have that conversation with me a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm still holding on for fucking dear life every
And you heal
day.
that for people in their fucking 40s, in their fucking 50s, and in their fucking 60s. And then I guess I get to like some of those people, those lucky people that get to retirement, and then they're like, you
Right.
know?
Right. But I'm less worried about being all six-packed out, which, trust me, I want to be. And I'll do, but now I'm really more focused on, like, okay, I'm starting to get kind of to the middle of it. I know I'm not to the middle of it. I hope I'm not to the middle of it yet. But, like, what are things I can do to just be in the best shape I can be at 37, right? Which I
Like
know, and
stretching.
I know people listening or watching, like, 37. I know I'm not old, right? Like, I'm still
But you want to
spry.
start as early as you
Yeah,
possibly
that's what,
can.
like, I've seen, like, not to get too in the weeds about it, like, I've seen how my dad's life went, and I see
Right.
how, like, DJ's life went, and like, I want to do better than they did, and not in a way, like, I'm not saying that they didn't do their best at all. Don't take that in any kind of way, but
But you
I
don't
want to
want to
see, like,
be in their
I see
shoes.
what these people I've lost and the lives they've lived, and I want to I guess, spare my family from that kind of thing.
You want to
I
see
guess.
your grandkids.
Yeah.
You want to
So
be here. And to that I would say annuals. Always go for your
yeah,
annual
I'm terrible
checkup.
about that. I'm
Get blood tests, a full panel blood test done at least once a year. Excuse me, check your liver levels. Check everything, everything you possibly can.
mm-hmm.
That's a huge part of it, especially when it comes to booze and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. That'll
That's
let
the
you
big
know
one.
if it ever gets like too far, then you know like okay, let's slow this the fuck down.
Yep. That's my 2025 one.
Colonoscopies, like, and this goes back to my dad. He never got one done, and then fucking colon cancer had been there for
Mm,
fucking years and years. If he had gotten it done earlier, he would still be here today.
Yeah,
Granted, I'm Christian. I know every hair in your head is counted, every day is counted. There's, not a lot you can do. And granted, like, even if my dad had done that, it might have been a fucking motorcycle accident, this, that, or the other. We were actually lucky because we got 2 years with him knowing like this,
yep.
we were lucky. I will, I'm not going to say that we weren't, but there, just, it fucking sucks. Go to the fucking doctor,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like when your time's up, man.
Yeah, I
And
get it. It's weird. It's weird. It's a very weird spot to be in, I guess.
it is,
And
it is.
but I do know, like, for one, toning back on drinking a lot this year. Um, for many reasons. For one, I know I just need to. I'm I'm very weird on the whole alcoholism as a disease thing.
Oh, I
Um,
ask myself all the time, are you alcoholic? You like to drink. You drink every day. Are you an alcoholic? Does this make you out? Because my grandfather was, my aunt is. Like
oh,
that,
my dad
it's something
was
in
for
the forefront.
sure, right?
Right, right. And I know it's like in the forefront of your mind of like, I don't want to be this. Am I?
Am I right?
You
That's what
just
I'm going through right now.
that's a
Um,
hard conversation to have with yourself. Of
it's a
am I
very
an
hard
addict?
conversation to have,
but it's also a
and
conversation alcoholics don't have with themselves. From everything that I've looked up and read
mhm.
it, and that's what alcoholics will like deny. But it's like as long as you have these conversations with yourself and you're aware, but then it's just kind of like I drink every fucking day.
As do I. And
See, that's my thing currently with weed is like I had to look at myself and be like, I'm spending so much money a month, and am I doing it because I need it or am I doing it because I'm bored? And
that's
I
me.
narrowed
That's
down
me.
to like
That's me with
I'm doing
booze.
it because I'm bored. I'm like,
That's
at
yep,
that point, it's an addiction,
yep.
and
I
I need
definitely smoked because I needed it. I fucking needed it. I remember after my dad died, and I was like, I need to fucking stop. I'm about to fucking graduate. And she was like, you are so bad right now. Please, for the love of God, smoke. I
Yeah.
didn't remember, but then it got to the point where it was like, it was too much of a crutch. And then I started getting way too paranoid. And it was freaking me out. So, and like, I haven't smoked since really, like, the last time I did was like just a tiny bit in December with my mom. Before that was September. It was every fucking day,
same.
all
I'm
fucking day. And I
Right. And that's kind of where I'm at with drinking is like, can I not drink for a day? Sure. Right.
is it going to be
But
for like months and months and months?
but I just get like I just sit around the house bored. I sleep like shit if I don't drink, which is probably alcoholism. Um actually it is, not to be in denial about it. But yeah, it's a very tough thing, and I've got some some warnings for my future. Like I said, with like my dad, that was his downfall. DJ, it didn't help him out at all. But then also, like I do have pretty frequent talks with our boy Logan, who
Yes.
who tells me like, dude, you can beat this, you can beat this. And so like, dude, Logan, if you listen to this later, like shout out to you, man. Like you are my guiding light in this. Um, but yeah, it's definitely 2025 is, and I have, by the way, I know we're just newly into the new year, but I have definitely made I haven't gone cold turkey, right? But I definitely,
You've been trying in the past too. I want to point
yeah,
this out.
yeah.
You have
Oh,
you
I know I can do it. I know I can do it.
multiple times in the past. Like
Um,
this has been on your mind.
oh yeah, for sure.
But
It's been on my mind for years. Like I said,
but
my
having
dad.
people to help you is so paramount as well.
Oh yeah, and plenty of people help, right? And I'm not. It's something I can do. I'm not sitting over here saying like I can't do it. I can, or like I'm not like coming down on myself about it. I know I can do it. Like it's fine.
Yes.
I
I
think
do think there's a moderation within
yeah,
shit too.
for sure. I have to find a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a medium, right? I have to find
I was just thinking like a happy medium.
a happy medium, right? Because I don't want to like. I enjoy having drinks with people, right? I enjoy loosening up. I enjoy having a buzz and having a conversation with people. But I also know like I can't just be drinking vodka seltzers all night until I fall asleep, right? So that's where I'm at. Man, we got kind of heavy on this episode, but that's just where I'm at. Like and I'm working on it.
I feel you, man. Like, I feel you because I stopped drinking back in October because that's when I realized like I had a fucking problem.
Yeah.
So like I get it.
Yeah. It's.
What made you realize or think that you had a problem?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
It really was when I started like getting more and more into ballooning, and because the big celebration for ballooning is they drink like at the end of every flight, and it became one of those things of I was looking forward to that more than I was the actual ballooning part. I was looking forward to the drinking more.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay.
Yep.
Like I'm justifying my drinking with this because I'm risking my life. I'm not really doing something that dangerous. I'm just doing it because I want to drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel the same. I really started noticing it after my dad passed. And I don't know if I've talked about it before, but like my dad's passing was very early. He was 67. Pretty young, but it was mainly due to just drinking. And he got cirrhosis and it all went downhill from there. And yeah, I just got to the point where I was like, why am I drinking so much? And it was mainly it's just a habit. Like it wasn't like I craved it. I guess at some point I did. Like I still like I want to get off work so I can go home and have a drink and chill out. No matter how my day went, whether it was an easy day or a hard day, I just want to get home and have a drink. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, this is a problem. Luckily I feel like I'm young enough to where it's a solvable problem.
Right.
So I have been, even when I come home and want to drink, I won't have one. I've got the Jesse Wiseman drink alarm on my phone, right? No drinks until the alarm goes off.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. And
I do want to interject here. Like I'll have conversation with friends who have lost parents, not to it, but like even oh my gosh, one of the guys in my hometown passed away from, well, he was trying to stop alcoholism. He didn't have anything in his body at the time. He was 34 years old and died.
See, that's why I wanted to stop at the age I am at, because I realized there's only up with the damage I can do. So I'm just like,
yep.
However, like he was drinking. So like my sister had worked with his ex-wife, and he was drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels a night.
Yeah.
Oh, I was no better with my Captain Morgan, so.
Yeah. So like so it's just kind of like, oh, a night. That's excessive.
Yep.
I've had conversation with friends who have had, you know, family members, dads die, completely healthy, ran basically marathons, ate well, everything you're supposed to do, still got cancer and died.
Mm-hmm.
And so how they deal with it, it's just kind of like, I'm gonna fucking die regardless. So what do I do? Granted, you know, these people, you know, it's very much different when you have a family and you have kids and all this and that, but it's just kind of like, well, they did too, and they still died early because they had, you know, just like my dad, like he didn't take like the 100% care of himself, died at 60, but so did his dad.
Yep.
Like my dad was 28, I was 28 when, you know, like same time frame as our dads died, 60 and like 63. And so it goes down to that point of like, if you have a fucking problem and you can't handle it, please, for the love, stop. But if you don't, where do you?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
and I want to give, for one,
like the tiny way. I can do whatever I can. Like I saw this person I looked up to my entire life. Cancer.
Yep.
Did everything perfect. Still cancer.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
life sucks.
Like,
life sucks.
That, you know,
that
is the ugly question, like the ugly part of life, where it's like you can, and even like the cheerleading coach I went to high school with, she lived her life perfectly, never did anything, breast cancer. So it's kind of like, but like she didn't die from it, but like my old boss and her were very good friends, and she was like, what? I did everything perfect.
Yeah.
And this still happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about these people getting lung cancer. They never smoked, right? Like it's.
Yes, and some people get cirrhosis. There's non-alcoholic cirrhosis.
Well, I mean, that's again, like, not to. I don't want to give everything out, but like Logan, our boy, like he drank, but he wasn't. I've talked to him personally a lot, and again, dude, Logan, you're fucking champ, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, we love you, Logan.
He wasn't going home and downing a bottle of Jack every night, you know, but he got horrible cirrhosis to where
genetics,
you know, but yeah, I mean, life sucks for one, but I do want to, on an up note, easily ignored in the chat, said he hasn't had a sip in 13 years. So, dude,
that's incredible.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
That is amazing.
And again, I'm not over here trying to like
fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Let's do 26 years.
I know someone who's almost 40 years sober, and that one is impressive.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, and I know it. Like I'm not over here trying to like sad sack myself at all, right? Like it's all me. It's 100% me. But yeah, like that's where I'm at in 2025, right? Is trying to be better in a lot of aspects, and I think toning down the alcohol is going to go a long way in that. There's a lot of things that, like stress, for one. If I get super stressed out, I just drink more, and it's solely to just forget about the stresses. But they don't go away, right? Like the things that are stressing me out don't go away because I get drunk at night, right? They're still there in the morning.
Yeah, they're still there. It's a numbing mechanism.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's where I'm at. And, yeah.
And to be fair, like this is when I think of like natural things, CBD, like I like the CBD that doesn't have any THC in
Mm-hmm.
it, especially for sleeping.
I
You know,
have.
like even like the legal mushrooms, like to have if you want to have a good time.
Yeah, and that's what I love about mushrooms is they give you that same little buzz alcohol does in the right dosage.
Right.
would,
For me personally, the problem was because Charlie knows this, Jake probably knows this as well. Like I went through, like I went sober for a while last fall. Um, but to help me sleep, I started smoking weed every night, right? To help me sleep because I wasn't having alcohol to put me to bed. And I would just like, I'd be
right.
sober, I'd be trying to sleep, and my mind would just start spinning and spinning and spinning, all the stresses
And it's
and anxiety.
nonstop, and yeah,
So I'd smoke weed, and then that became a habit, right? And I have
yeah,
I have no problem, for one, with people smoking weed. I have no problem with it at all. I enjoyed it, but I was just replacing one dependency for the other.
And
You know?
right.
that's another reason why I stopped doing it is because back when I got sober when I was 18 off Xanax and shit, like that's what I was using is like my crutch is I was getting as high as I could possibly can to replace that feeling.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why I that's why I brought up like the CBD that doesn't have any
Mm-hmm.
THC, which American Shaman, that's where I get it from. And like there is a little label that says like we try to test this as best as we can, but sometimes it gets in there and like
Yeah.
like depending on how you test for it, I'm like it has to be like hair follicle, like crazy shit to really be able to because it's less than
Yeah. Yeah.
0.3%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it says there's zero, but I sleep so fucking well in that shit. And then like I said, like the legal gummies, like here in Texas, like shrooms are not legal, but it's like lion's mane. There was
Yeah. There's all
royal
sorts of them. Yeah.
the royal honey in there. Like
Yeah.
it made me feel kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, every time like I move my arms, it's.
Are you talking about like those drinks that it's like the I forget what they're
No,
called.
it was a
But,
gummy, but
oh shit.
it was like I can't remember the brand of it, but it had like a smiley face. And it was
Okay.
like you take one, it was like the smiley face went down a little bit, like melted a little bit. If you take two, a little bit more, and it's like it was like a 3-pack, and it was like if you take all the three, like the smiley face has like drips coming off of it. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do one or two. I'm gonna do all the like all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Felt kind of weird, and like one dude was like, you might see like lights and shit, like lights look cool, and I was like, no, I never got that. Like I kind of got a little bit giggly. It just felt kind of weird. My mom and I did it together. I put on the Mario movie, like the new one that's like, all the lights and like cartoon and shit like that. Didn't have any nothing like that, but I was like, I just feel weird. Like when I lift like my arms, I was like, I just feel weird moving my body. Like when I walk, it just feels strange.
I had to ask because here they have these drinks that they sell at Whole Foods and Sprouts.
Yeah.
They have like lion's mane and stuff in them. It's
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
it's meant to be like a mocktail that gets you a little fucked up.
Yes, and I've heard kava. I've heard good things about kava, and because I'd asked her, I was like, "Oh, my mom has post-herpetic neuralgia from the shingles. Is there anything that's not THC that will help with pain?" And she was like, "I've heard kava does very well, but we're sold out of that right now, so we weren't able to try that." But like all the mushrooms, it was like everything that's legal. So it was like this literally will not show up on any fucking
No,
drug test.
even
So
then, mushrooms they have to test your poop.
I would, if it was like lion's mane, all that, it's like that's not illegal. Like there's nothing illegal on there, regardless. But I was like, if you want to feel something, but like I was still maintaining my brain, but I was like petting the cat, and I was kind of giggling because I was like, he's so
Kind of like a nice body high.
kind of.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm still completely here. So it's like if you want to be sober, you don't want to do weed. Like it didn't do anything for sleep. But if you want to feel something kind of like a high, that was a decent alternative for sure. And even my mom was like, I do feel weird when I move.
Nice.
But
we turned to kind of a.
I'm glad there are things out there, like alternative things out there. I will say.
Well, I mean, again, we kind of turned. I don't want to say dark, but we got serious here at the end. But I mean, shit's serious
a lot
in life,
of people
right?
in the chat really appreciated it, and
I will say, I mean, I appreciate what everybody said in the chat during this conversation. I will also say, anybody who's listening or watching, if you're having issues with any kind of this stuff, not that any of us are experts on it by any means, but just know, like, hey, we're all here. Like, we know what you're going through. If you just want somebody to talk to, dude, just DM me. I don't care. I'll talk to you. I'll give you my advice, or just even if you just want somebody to talk to about anything. I've had plenty of DMs in the past from Nooners. The whole reason I started this podcast is I truly love this community. A lot.
This community is so fucking incredible.
Oh, it's rad. It's rad. It's why I started this podcast. Is
holy shit.
Because everybody here is so fucking awesome, and everybody's got their own shit going on. And if you just want somebody to talk to, just DM me. DM anybody in the community, and I'm sure they're going to talk to you about anything.
Like the Facebook chat, the app, it's just so incredible.
It's fucking awesome.
Anything, like even
anything. I'm not even talking about like alcoholism or drug addiction. Anything. You're having a bad day.
We were talking about that, so like definitely for that, but even like surgery shit, like fucking
really, if you want to know what it's like to have fake tits thrown in your body, definitely hit up Charlie, because I don't know anything about that. But yeah, no, for real, in a real moment, that's the whole reason I started this podcast, 4 years ago. The community is so fucking awesome. We're all here for each other. I know we bullshit and have fun and we talk shit, but everybody
like entertain and like take away from all of this.
Yeah. But
but I'm really glad we didn't have anything to talk about this week, and I think this was a really beautiful episode.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I just
only because I'm here, Charlie.
The community too, because they were there for me this last. I don't know. I haven't had a good start to 2025, and I want to thank everyone for being there for me for it, because you guys really did push me, and now I'm getting back on the track that I was on.
Oh, dude, Jake.
I love you, Space.
I know, dude, Jake. You are. For one, I will say this as somebody who is 10 years older than you, dude. You are doing it right. You're doing everything you want to do. Enjoy the moment.
You're doing cool shit. You're gaining
knowledge. you're doing the dopest shit on the planet, man. Like I can't talk. I know like there's stuff you're doing I can't talk about.
Yeah, like I can't wait for next year when I can, like, when everything I've worked on comes out, so I can just tell all the stories on the show.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for it, because there's been times like you've been not
entertaining.
You're not on the show because you're working on like something that I'm like, oh my god, do you know Jake is working on like this project? Like, oh my god. Like it's dope, dude. And dude, life, like I said, life is fucking hard. And there's one thing that
you start feeling it at your age, and then you never stop feeling it.
Yeah,
that's why everybody's like, "You're okay," because we're feeling
you're good. You're good, man. Like I look back at when I was your age, I wasn't doing the shit you're doing, man. Like I was, my only concern was like getting drunk and fucking, right? But you're doing the shit you want to do, man. And it's fucking awesome. I know we can't talk about the details, but like, dude, your IMDb is going to be fucking stacked, son.
Have you guys
somewhere? And
I mean, okay, since it's already on my IMDb, I could say it, but like, I'm not going to say it. But if you guys check out my IMDb, it already looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fucking dope, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry, don't get down. I know, like, trust me, the New Year's has not been fun for me either. Like, for many different ways. Like,
Since fucking COVID, shit has not been great for
nah, it
hardly
sucks.
fucking anyone.
It sucks. But again,
fucking shit,
this
man.
rolls back into the Nooners are fucking awesome. Everyone's here for each
But
other.
we got each other.
So, anyway,
we're all just on this fucking, like I was saying on Christmas, the jolliest nut house, the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
Yes.
All in this together.
We're doing it together, y'all. But again, if anybody has any kind of problem and they just want to talk to somebody, just reach out to me, to Charlie, to Jake.
Pretty much, don't fucking kill yourself. Don't fucking do it.
Oh yeah, please don't do that.
Yeah, don't fucking kill yourself.
I will say,
Just
I've had
it like I do.
I
Just
did
watch
have a,
like
I did
bath
have
bomb.
it was
toaster.
it was
videos and,
back probably
Don't kill yourself, guys. Like,
October.
I'm living proof of, like,
I did have a drinking
needed.
bro.
Bitch, we need fucking viewers. How fucking dare you try to kill yourself? We need fucking viewers.
Well, just don't unsubscribe before you do it. But no, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't.
I'm not joking. Don't fucking do it. We need your ass.
But yeah, for real. I think everybody listening to this knows the platform that we built off of and why that was built. If you need help with anything, anybody in this community, whether it's me, Jake, Charlie, or anybody listening online, reach out. I don't know how many times I've had like the Drinking Bros employees but send somebody to me from the Nooner community that needed help. And I love doing it. I love talking to them because I love this community so much and they're all so awesome. And I'm very glad that those guys at Drinking Bros know that I'm here for the community. So if you ever need anything, just reach out and I'm to the point where I know people. If I can't help you, I know people that can help you. Just reach out for anything at all. Again, heavy. We got heavy on that one. We didn't even talk about like butthole sex or anything.
Hey.
We did. Well, we did. Well, to be fair, we did talk about how Charlie's left nipple has no sensation. So
look, you really got to bring that up right now.
I do. I got to lighten the mood. I got to go upstairs and watch the last episode of Landman. I can't be over here like talking people off the fucking ledge and go watch.
I will talk to you about that next week then, because that episode fucking pissed me off.
I'm on the last episode.
It's fucking incredible. Not happy. I haven't seen it.
Don't spoil it for me.
I got a suggestion for you guys next.
Don't spoil it for me.
No, I'm not going to spoil it, but I got a suggestion for you guys to watch next.
What we got to watch next, Jake?
American Primeval.
I've heard.
I had so many friends work on that show. All of my homies were the crew on that, so go support that one because it is fucking
well, there you
amazing.
go. There you go. Go watch American Primeval. Is that
Taylor, it's on Netflix.
Taylor Kish?
No. Oh, yeah, Taylor Kish. He's the main character.
Yeah, fucking Gambit.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome in it. He's a grizzled cowboy.
Oh, I love him and John Carter. Holy fucking shit!
You're the only person in this chat that have watched that movie.
I fucking love John Carter. It's so long, but it's like I love it.
It's 3 hours of nonsense, Charlie. We can't get into this right now. Trust me, I wanted to talk. Anyway. I fully planned talking all about Landman on this episode because I've watched it, and Allie Lautner in that show is my dream girl. She's smoking hot, horny as shit.
Aged. Like fine wine.
Oh my god, have you seen her?
I think Demi Moore's pretty hot in that too.
Demi Moore looks great. Demi Moore needs to maybe show a little more boot. Yeah, she's
I've only seen the first 4 episodes.
All right, here we go.
She's John Hamm's wife.
She's John Hamm's wife. I didn't know it either. I was like, Demi Moore's in this? I was like, who's Demi Moore? My wife's like, that's Demi Moore. I was like, that's Demi Moore?
She looks amazing.
She looks fantastic. She could show a little more.
She's like, you sure you gotta go?
She could show a little more booty, or but
yeah, no, Landman's fucking awesome. But that season finale.
Dude, Allie Lautner in that is my dream girl. I
To
told
be
my
fair,
wife this.
is Taylor Sheridan kind of like HBO to where he doesn't know how to end his
Yes,
shows?
no, Taylor Sheridan does not know how to end a show. I
'Cause
will
neither
say
does
I love
HBO.
Taylor Sheridan.
is shit.
Well, he
at
doesn't
the
need to know how to end a show because they're just gonna sign it on for another season or a
I know,
spinoff.
but like,
spinoffs.
but still, like I love Tulsa King, but every season finale of that show pisses
Was that
me
Taylor
off.
Sheridan as well?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, like,
That's Sylvester
Yellowstone,
Stallone,
I've heard
right?
people have been like, "Are you fucking?"
Well, Yellowstone every season is like, oh, Jamie's gonna try to fuck over his dad again. Okay.
But like, I think 1823 ended.
Oh my god.
I have not
Well,
Well, that's
seen
because
for
that's
one.
a
I
rounded
haven't
story.
Seen,
Like
I
that,
haven't seen any of the Yellowstone spinoffs.
It wasn't just for profit, and I think that has a lot to do with it. But I don't know. Like,
But
even, like,
Land. So
why do you not know how to
we'll
end
get into
fucking
this.
show?
We'll get into this before we sign off because I wanted to. This week I've been binge watching Landman with my wife. For one, Billy Bob Thornton is America's greatest dirtbag.
Oh, he is. I love him.
Which is why he's perfect for working.
Why? Like he's
West
playing
Texas
Billy Bob
Midwest.
Thornton, right? Like it's perfect. Allie Lautner in that show is my dream woman. I even told my wife this. Is like she's you. She's hot and unhinged.
Not as dark, but still.
Yeah, not as tan. Not as tan.
She doesn't have that
A little
olive
taller.
skin, but
But like first episode, she's got her tits out, going nuts, and I was like, "Hey, back to my wife's boob job." I even told her, "Like,
would you miss this?"
Allie Lautner has the same boobs as you, babe. Like, come on." It's a very weird dynamic with the son and the lady. I get it.
That relationship makes me so uncomfortable because
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I understand where the son is coming from. It just gets him in so much fucking trouble that in real life you're like, you're not worth it, kind of thing.
Was it not
Yeah.
the sister of the guys from the first episode?
It's
it's the wife.
The wife. But I think I
she
really
needs
think
11 too. So
well, no, I really think watching the show.
Just wait till you watch this episode, Bill, because it ties.
Does
lots.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
But like just watching how the son acts with like the widow of his ex coworker.
crew.
It makes me uncomfortable because I think he's moving too quick in it.
I don't think that. I think he has survivor's guilt and he's just trying. He even says, he's like, this is the only way I know how to help. Granted, she's hot.
And he's 22 in the show too, so
Right,
I gotta
like
remember
she's
that
hot.
part.
I'm not saying he's not attracted to her, but I don't think that is his agenda. I think he's just trying to help. He's trying to be nice. And it gets him, beat up and guns pulled on him and shit because of Mexican machismo. But Landman, if you haven't started watching it, I literally paid for Paramount Plus for a month to watch it, and it's been well worth it because it's fucking awesome. There's a lot of DG4L chicks. The lawyer, oh my god.
Ooh,
Just
Hey,
talk
you never
lawyer.
in the
Talk to
Odessa
me like
area.
that while I'm inside you. Oh my God, I'll last 30 seconds. Like, good Lord. Allie Lautner, hot, totally unhinged. Just fucking insane. The daughter never has any clothes on.
I love how the old lawyer's just like, you gotta cover
Oh
her
my
up.
God.
Like,
The old
fucking
lawyer,
work.
like, he's just trying to do work. You have Allie Lautner and this other hot blonde chick, like, doing twerk outs in the living room. Jesus. He's like, good
Yeah.
God.
At the same time, it's just like, what stupid ass bitch would be doing that in front of older men too? Like,
Nah,
But as
girls,
bitches my age.
girls from Texas.
no,
Hot,
you would not.
hot rich girls from Texas.
Baby, I'm from that area, and no, you know all about fucking West Texas oil men. I'm fucking one.
I'm not
You
saying
don't do
the
that.
show is realistic. It's just like it's just
I got a rant about that one because I've seen a lot of fucking oil guys being pee-pee hearted in comment sections about fucking Landman not being accurate. Of course, it's not fucking
No, it's
accurate.
a soap
if you do
opera.
accurate shit on screen, people are gonna think they know how to fucking do it and go do it and then get fucking blown up like those assholes did in the first episode.
Well, it's just like
Spoilers,
the Grey's
Shay.
Anatomy. It's just like, what the fuck?
Oh
And
no,
it's
I
just
could
like,
totally,
no,
I
it's
could
not
totally do like a heart transplant because I've seen enough Grey's Anatomy. I know how it works.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Where it's just
But
like,
anyways,
no, baby, sweetie,
anyways,
honey,
now
I
I'm
never.
now I want to go watch the last episode. So anyway,
Text me what you think about it.
For Jake, for Charlie, I'm Bill. This has been Nooner Nation. Love you guys.